Please welcome Jamie to the stage.
Hey guys.
Is this working? Yeah.
So it's said to take 10,000 hours to perfect a skill, such as like shooting a basketball or playing an instrument. So if you are like me and you grew up with alcohol at the centre of every social situation and you drank just 2 days a week, the way that people in this country drink, by the time you're 28, you would have actually clocked up 10,000 hours of drinking. So we're essentially creating a culture of drinking experts in this country. We've created a drinking culture where alcohol is at the centre of every social situation we have. We drink at our births, we drink at our deaths, we drink to commiserate a loss, we drink to celebrate a win, we drink because we're bored, we drink because we're sad, we drink because we're happy and we want to be even happier. And I'm not here to say this is a bad thing, it's just the culture that we've inherited. The issue being, as a country, we spend $26 billion a year on alcohol, but the social costs of alcohol are actually $36 billion. So this is healthcare, violence, lost productivity at work, all those wasted Sundays that we have. So if you look at that, it's actually costing us $10 billion a year to keep the culture the way it is. So probably about 12 months ago, I guess, I was very much on my way to becoming one of these drinking experts. When I drank, it was to get drunk and it was to do the things that I thought I needed alcohol to do. I drank for confidence, I drank for a sense of identity, I drank to deal with a long week at work. And that's just the way things were. And my mate explained to me, or described to me at the time, I was running my own business and doing my master's full time. And he said there was like two Jamies. So he said there was like a Tuesday to Friday Jamie who was really focused on his work and running his business and keeping fit and healthy. And then there was the weekend Jamie who got smashed on a Friday and Saturday night and had a really good time, wasted all of Sunday, and then still felt like crap on Monday. So really, I realised I was only at my best like 4 days a week, and I was actually spending almost half of my life in this like hungover, sluggish state. And I think that's a pretty common experience of many Australians. So now I work for this organisation called Hello Sunday Morning, and what we're interested in is why people drink. So not how they drink or not what they drink, but actually why they drink. So I tried to understand some of the reasons that I drink, and then I started to ask people around me some of the reasons that they drink, and you get some pretty funny answers. So I've had people say, I drink because it tastes good. It's bullshit. Chocolate milk tastes good. Like, when you first have a drink of alcohol, you hate it. You just drink it because everyone else is drinking it, and no one drinks a bottle of vodka because it tastes good. Some people say to me, it quenches my thirst. Bullshit again. She actually laughed. How else could you have 12 beers in a night and wake up the next morning so thirsty? If I actually challenge you to go out and if you drink schooners or pints, whatever you drink, try and drink 12 waters in a night, and it's actually not possible. I actually tried to drink 12 pints of water, and you actually can't do it. So these aren't the real reasons that we drink, and I think when we try and admit to ourselves or to others the real reasons we drink, 3 minutes, man. It's either too painful to admit or we actually don't really understand. So that's what Hello Sunday Morning provides. It provides an opportunity to take a break and get some perspective on why and how you would like to drink. So probably got 1 minute left, I guess. So there's 3 reasons that people drink that we've found. So there's millions of words and stories on our website from people who drink, and they write blogs and they write stories. So the first one's confidence. Who here you walk into a bar and the first thing you do is you go straight to the bar, or who here needs a few drinks to ask out that guy or girl that they like. Number 2 is a sense of identity. So who here drinks because they don't know what else to do, or being the life of the party and being the funny drunk one is like actually who they are. My housemate, 2 weeks into his HSM, Friday night I got home, he was on the couch and he just looked real sad, and I sort of asked him, what's wrong? And he said, well, I realised today that alcohol is 90% of my social life. Like, without alcohol, I have nothing else, and there's nothing else that I can do. Like, all my mates I drink with, and he said that was a pretty big thing for him. Number 3 is obviously to deal with emotions. So people, drink to forget about something that's happened, or who here after a long week at work gets home and you automatically, crack open a beer and, I'll forget about the week ahead. I had a pretty intense experience with an ex-girlfriend during my HSM, and I wasn't drinking, and I went and told my mates, and being the guys that they are, they were like, let's just go get pissed and we'll forget about it. So I went out that night and I didn't drink, but it was so tempting to have a beer because I knew if I did, my mind would sort of slow down and I'd forget what was going on. But I knew if I had one, I'd have 10, and the next day the issue would still be there. So I wrote in my blog the next day, deal is not the right word. I think the word is forget. That is what alcohol makes you do. You don't deal with your emotions when you're drunk. You forget them. How much time have I got left? 1 minute. So they're sort of the real reasons that people drink, and that's what we've found. The question no one's been able to answer, so not the government, not the alcohol industry themselves, not even us, is what does a positive drinking culture look like in Australia? So is it a culture where we drink half as much as we do now? Or is it a culture where we don't get drunk at every single opportunity? Personally, I think it's a culture where we drink because we enjoy it, not because we need it. So it's a culture where we drink not because we need alcohol to be confident enough to go on the dance floor or to ask out that girl. Or, you know, it's a culture where we don't drink for a sense of identity or because we don't know what else to do. And maybe it's a culture where we drink because we actually enjoy having a drink, and alcohol is actually part of the social experience. It's not the entire social experience, and it's not the reason for the experience. So I had a bit more, but I don't really have time, so thanks.